It's a podcast.
What?
It's a podcast.
What?
It's a podcast.
What?
Yeah. Hey. Man at work. Hey. What a podcast. What a podcast. What? They gave me a mic. Yeah. Yeah, and equipment too.
Presenting celebrities of tomorrow.
What? It's a podcast. It's a podcast. It's a podcast. It's a podcast. Hey. It's a podcast. New guest.
Who?
Yeah.
You will find out.
Hello and welcome back to Men at Work presents.
Celebrities of tomorrow.
We finally did it. We finally.
we got that intro, bro. We got that intro.
Yeah, we have our guests as well. Guests.
Hello, I'm Sophia Dimond.
Woo. Wait, hold on. Yeah. Sophia is a good friend of ours, and she was so kind to come on today. How you feeling?
I'm feeling pretty good. You know, spring break is about to happen. I'm very excited for that much needed break. Yeah. How are you guys doing?
Doing good. I'm doing well.
Doing all right.
Swell.
You're doing swell, yeah.
Yeah. So for the people that don't know you, you want to tell yourself, speak to them, as celebrities of tomorrow, we like to build up our future celebrities, whether it be internet personalities, actors, writers, or athletes of the sorts. So please tell us your occupation.
Well, my goal occupation would be to do any sort of acting. Oh.
Good.
Yeah. All right. Well,
You
cut
can
this.
take it.
Yeah, we'll cut that.
Okay. Well, I just keep going. Okay.
Just keep going. Just keep going.
Well, my goal occupation would be to do any sort of acting at all. I don't really care what it is. I just really like performing. I always kind of have since middle and high school. That's kind of all I feel like you need to know about me currently. I mean, I'm in school. I'm in my junior year.
Okay.
I'm gonna graduate pretty soon.
All right.
Hopefully. And yeah.
Why do you say hopefully?
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I'm getting kind of tired. I can't lie, but we're gonna push through.
For sure.
You got one more year left.
Yeah.
It's one more year.
It's weird because it's what I love doing, but it's
Yeah.
just when you're in college, it's just so much of it. It gets it gets to be kind of a lot, but it's good. It's good practice. It's
It is
just kind
good
of trying to
practice.
find a balance of
Yeah.
all that, and taking care of yourself is very important. So, yeah.
That's good.
Are you minoring in anything or?
No, I don't know how people do. I don't know how anyone could, to be honest, because I'm struggling just majoring in acting right now. I hear people saying like they're double majoring. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, I might come back to college after doing this, just get a short little degree so I can get, a more stable job. If that makes sense, yeah.
Okay.
So are you planning on doing would you do grad school or would you just do another major?
I don't know if I would do grad school. I think I would just do another major, maybe teaching, get a teaching degree or some sort of medical thing, because there are 2-year colleges you can go to learn how to run different types of equipment and stuff, and you can get really good paying jobs with that too. So
Okay, for sure. Like a backup plan.
yeah, backup plan.
Little plan
Yeah.
B?
Yeah.
That's good.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of people, and I guess this kind of pushes us into what I wanted to talk about today. Some people need a little bit of negativity in their lives.
Well, yes.
And sometimes, it's good to have okay, if this doesn't work out, I'm not gonna just fail at everything. I think for people that don't know or haven't seen Sophia act, great actress.
Thank you.
We were supposed to work together in a short film. They got kind of fucking scrapped. So
little bit.
I feel really bad about that.
This one while it lasted.
Yeah, it was. But hopefully we get to work on something soon. So
Yeah.
But yes, our topic of words on my bad. Our topic of today is, and there's a question for both my co-host and our guest. Do you think negativity should exist within art?
Well, I mean, I feel like there are different types of negativity because when you said negativity, I don't know if you mean like criticism or like hatred. Because like, I feel like there's like when people go and see a show, I feel like you can go into it and just be like, that was stupid. I don't get it, because people aren't even trying to like understand,
Right.
you know? So I feel like that's not really necessary or productive. But I feel like criticism is incredibly important, and opinions are very important.
Correct.
You know, but some are constructive and not constructive.
Yeah.
You know,
Like just pure hate. Like
yeah, literally pure hatred.
Pure
like.
hatred. Because I feel like for our fields that we're trying to get into, we're gonna have that like negativity and that criticism that comes with it. You know, since like you're a director and like I'm pretty sure you had like some criticism on like scripts that you wrote in and like movies that you have produced, like made and stuff. So do you think that like that negativity was like helpful towards you?
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a drive, like, because personally,
Yeah.
like, if I see something or hear something, if somebody tells me, like, yo, Chance, like, the movie that you made no fucking sense, and it was, like, complete dog shit, and I'd be like, thank you.
Thank you, literally.
Like, I needed to hear that, because then it's like, okay, what can I do to improve and get better at? And I'm not going to just continue being satisfied, and I'm already a self-critical person. Like, after I'm done, this is a true story. I do a 72-hour film festival here. The first time, there were so many people there. It was a great event, and I loved every moment of it. But then I got home, and it was over, and I cried. And I was like, damn, I fucked up. And, like, James is, you know, my roommate. Shout out James. He's like, dude, what's wrong? And I was like, I don't know. Like, I feel like I fucked up. There's things that, like, were outside of my control that went wrong. We had, like, this instance happen with, like, a comedian. And I was like, no, I should have done this better. I could have done this better. And I immediately started self-reflecting and being like, yeah, no, I fucked that up. And he's like, nah, dude, it was a great event. Everybody had a great time. Like, don't beat yourself up too bad. And, yeah, I feel like moments like that, because, like I said, I'm a very... I guess I am a negative person, but I need that in my life in order for me to, you know, continue and push and make sure that I'm doing the best that I possibly could and not settling for anything mediocre. Like, especially like with scripts, like with Dr. Bob, we had this, like, I don't want to call him, is he racist? Would you define Bob as racist? Yes.
Well, yes.
Yeah, we had this old nutty actor teacher who went to
What if
an
he's
Ivy
listening
League.
to this, bro? He listens to every episode.
I don't give a fuck, dude. I hope he does.
He needs to hear this.
Yeah, I know. Like, but he would bring up shit in our writing class, and it's like, this is a person that I can't stand. I dislike him. But when he says something like, oh, I didn't like this about it, I don't know. It pushed me even further to be like, okay, what can I fix about it? Why is it like this? Does it work for everybody else? Is it just him that has an issue with it? Because, like, the example that I gave before, like, if we were in an art gallery and I saw the Mona Lisa and was like, this is dog shit. If I'm the only person saying that this is dog shit, I feel like that's still a good painting.
Well, yeah.
So it's the same thing with, like, the shit that we do when it comes to writing and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's valid. Yeah, that's valid.
I relate to that very much, especially because I was at that play, the play film. You're talking about the film festival, right?
Yeah.
It was very fun. First of all, I just wanted to say that I had a very good time. But second of all, I very much relate to that, and I very much felt that also with Holler River, the show I did, because I had a bigger part than I really ever had. And I struggled so much with confidence, and I really found myself asking, like, my closest friends a lot. I'd be like, I feel like I'm just not bringing it. Like, am I actually even good? Like, I asked that a lot. I feel like I just need people to be very honest with me, and tell me if it's good or not, because that gives you the drive and it helps you grow. And I feel like even when you get the negativity, I feel like it is also important, because whenever you put yourself out there, there's always going to be that, like, no matter where you go. So it's important to, like, keep getting stronger and build that confidence while also being open to that, to the criticism, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Holler River really helped me get my confidence back for that, I would say, while also not, you know, I was scared. I was like, if I start feeling like I'm good, I'm not going to be open to like, you know, critiques. But that's not true. There's a balance that you can have where you feel good about yourself, also being like, of course I can still learn, and of course I can still grow. And sometimes things are going to be bad, and that's just what it is with art, you know. That's how things get better, and that's how good things happen. You have to take risks and put yourself out there, you know.
Yeah. I would like to play for you what started this, I guess, debate. So my friend is a very alternative person. He goes to like the underground scenes in Chicago, and he's very edgy. Great guy. I fucking love him. I love messing with him too. And I'll shit on some of his like things that he goes to see. But I just wanted to know if this is something that you would consider good or define as good. I want to turn it up, and and I'm gonna let you know it's music. Okay. And this is what I said after hearing it. Actually, I'll share with you what I said after, so that way you can formulate your own opinions.
Okay.
It's loading. Give it a second. What did you think about that? Would you define that as good?
For me personally, not particularly, but I feel like there's a difference between was it good and did you like it? Because I feel like there's still merit to whatever you do, you know.
Yeah.
I don't know. It wasn't for me, but I can respect that your friend did that, you know.
No, he didn't make that. That was my
he didn't
friend.
make it?
No. You don't have to spare him.
Fuck that shit. No.
Yeah, no, he just is a enjoyer of ass. Like, I don't know.
Enjoyer of ass.
I told him
all sometimes. I don't know.
No, but that's the thing. Like, I can like bad things.
Right.
I feel like that's understandable.
We all do.
Like, reality TV show. Let's be real.
Yes.
Reality TV show is bad, but it's good. Like, I'll watch that shit.
I'll watch every episode.
Love is Blind.
Yes.
That show. Hot ass, but it's so fucking good. My favorite season was season 2.
Yeah.
And it's because they had like this one dude who was just a dickhead, and it was like clearly like I think his name was like Chevron or some shit. He was a complete asshole and just a terrible person. And every time I'm like, there's no way this guy is real. Like, this is fake. Like, he came on this show to be a villain and have this personality. There's no way this is a serious person. And it's a reality TV show. It's fake.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But I told him that is hot ass dookie garbage you are listening to.
That's unfiltered. Just like
Unfiltered.
That is very unfiltered.
Is that form of negativity?
But it's not good. That form of negativity isn't going to help the artist.
I think it is
shitting on that nigga work.
I think it is. I don't know if it gets to him, but if it gets to him and he's like, damn, did it really sound that bad? Like, because there's going to be if there's no self-reflection and you're just like, that guy's just a fucking hater, whatever. It's like your ego's too inflated. And so it's like, we got to bring it down somehow. I think like Mac Miller, for example. Mac Miller, when he was first starting out, fucking ass. Like, if you go look up his freestyle raps on like a school bus, they're bad. They're unenjoyable. But people around him was gassing him up, get him. And like, he probably got some hate comments that made him, change his work. And by the end of his life, I feel like he was a master of his craft.
Yeah.
That shit was great.
Yeah.
I mean, that's kind of it. This is a hard question for me. I feel like I'm very open to everything. Like if I heard something and I was like, but then you explained to me the process behind it, I'm like, no, that was really good. That was really good. You had that. I feel like I could be convinced that anything is good, honestly. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's always something for somebody. Like, someone's always going to enjoy what you're doing. Someone's always going to hate what you're doing. But I feel like if something is even objectively bad, objectively bad.
Yeah.
I feel like even the negativity can still be productive from some people in some form or fashion. Just because if people are just continuously gassing you up and even being like, oh, that wasn't for me, but I guess I like it. You're not really getting seeing where you can grow, So I don't know. I could talk about that for hours. There's like so much you could
Yeah.
So many directions you can go.
I always wonder about, like, especially like with like big time actors.
Right.
Like, how do they take in like, say,
Right.
like Matt Damon or like a Christian Bale or somebody, Viola Davis. Like, how do these big time actors take in director notes? You know,
I feel like, I mean, if I was in that position, I feel like, me personally, I would feel like I kind of needed to. Like, you know, like you kind of need to be constantly taking in criticism and getting better. Because I feel like that's where they are today. Because even if you have like raw talent, that's great. But there's only so far you can go, you know? And especially when you're working on a show, collaborating with other people and you're trying to portray a specific vision that a director or a writer or designers have in mind. You can't just do what you want to do, you know? You have to get the input from the other people working on it.
Yeah.
So I would hope that they're taking criticism, but
because I think we talked about this like before about like how some actors don't go to like the opening screening of like their movies and stuff like that because they don't want to see themselves on TV or on a movie and stuff like that. So I feel like some actors be a little bit like more like self-conscious. Yeah, definitely be self-conscious because you on a big screen and millions of people are going to watch your work. They every facial expression, every like sound that you make, every like script, So they be I feel like actors are the biggest people that are self-conscious about themselves. Yeah.
Do you find that to be true?
I do, because, I mean, especially with the training that we have here, like the very first thing we do when we get here is they like make you be vulnerable as fuck. Like you have to really open yourself up, and doing that in front of people and having the potential of that not being good enough is a very, very scary thing. And especially on film, I feel like you were saying, it's very different. Like people will be like pausing frame by frame and analyzing like the beats in your face. So at some point you kind of just have to like block that out, for me personally. And that's again with finding the balance of taking criticism and also being like, that's not going to serve me, that's not going to help me, because things are just going to be what it's going to be. Because if you start overthinking, nothing's going to be good, you know? Yeah. And nothing's going to be natural. Okay. So, I don't know.
I appreciate that.
Yeah. Bro.
Crazy, I meant to do the fucking.
All right.
I wanted to do the, what is it, the too.
Yeah.
But I was afraid. I didn't know which button it was. I just by the grace of God, I just found it.
Nice.
I will be using that later on in this episode.
All right.
Garen, you had a question as well.
Yeah, I do got a question. What do you think is the most important trait for an actor to have to succeed?
Oh. What I'm really working with right now, I think, is flexibility. I think confidence is a big thing, but also, why are you laughing?
Nothing.
Smirking.
Nothing. No. I'm listening.
Okay. Well, I would say flexibility because, like, you know, you have to be very comfortable with just going up there and doing what you need to do to get things done, you know, and being emotional and being all of that. And if you go into an experience and being like, okay, I'm going to do this and I'm going to do this and I'm going to try and get this out of it, and things start to change, it's really hard to adapt to that. And like we were talking about with criticism, I feel like you need to be constantly taking in information and adapting to it. And schedules are always fluctuating, like attitudes are always fluctuating, like you're always fluctuating. Like you have to be constantly adjusting to yourself on a day-by-day basis, you know? So that's what I would say for right now. Me personally is what I'm working with is flexibility. I would say having confidence as well, but
flexibility.
Yeah, that's pretty big.
Are you saying flexibility as far as like your emotions and stuff like that, or just like your?
I would say even more generally, just like with your attitude. I would say like coming in, trying to be as open as you can, and even when you don't feel open at all, you have to like be okay with that. Because you have to work with what you have on every single day, you know?
For sure.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
For sure. Now, when it comes to plays, is this something that because you talked about it a little bit, you said, like, you enjoy doing it in, you say middle school and high school? Okay. So you've been doing it for a while now. Do you think theater is something that you always want to do? Or, like, like when it comes, because there's different forms of acting. Like we have like theater acting, and we have like film and television. So is that something? I know a close friend of both of ours, Sophia Dimond, great actress.
I love Sonia.
She really wants to be on a sitcom. Like that's her, like, she's like, I want to be in a TV show. I want to do
She'd
sitcom.
be so good on a sitcom, bro. She's so funny.
So, like, do you see yourself doing something like that, or you're like, theater is where my heart lies, and that's where I'm gonna continue?
Honestly, the only thing I've really done is I've really only done stage stuff and then some filming, short film stuff with you guys. Where I'm at right now, I feel like I just need to be doing something where I can be acting. I don't really have a preference. I like theater. I like doing stage acting because it's really in the moment and you're really living through something like as a process throughout the whole arc of the show. And that's really interesting. But I don't know, like whenever I take a long break from theater, I feel like something's wrong and something's not coming out.
Yeah.
And then I realize that's what it is. Like I just love performing.
For sure.
And so I don't really have much experience doing other types of acting, whether it be on camera, whether it be on whatever other medium there is, other than stage. But so I can only speak to what I've done, but I just really need to do it. So I do see myself doing it for the rest of my life. I would like to, as much as I can in whatever way that I can.
That's good. Now I got some personal questions I'd like to ask you as well.
Okay.
What's one thing you wish people understood about you? You know, we're trying to humanize our celebrities of tomorrow. So, like, what's something that, like, you think, like, oh, okay, the average person, they might not know this about you? And also keep in mind, this is like a time capsule, because when you're big and famous, you can look back.
When
and
I'm big and famous, for sure.
When you're big and famous, you're going to be like, oh, my God, I really said that. Wow, that's so true. I'm so real for that.
Well, I feel like I have a very, speaking very honestly, and also from speaking with other people and how they feel about me, I feel like I have a very warped perception of myself. And I have a very hard time speaking about myself. I'm not really sure, but I guess if I could speak on something that I want people to know about me, I just have a lot of love for people in general and a lot of openness. And I feel like people don't like when I'm talking to people and they're like, oh, I didn't know that you would be willing to talk to me. I'm like, what? Like, I love talking to people and I love helping people. And I don't know. I love people. I'm trying to think of how to explain it.
I love kids, Charlie.
I love kids.
Not like that, but nice. But yeah, I mean, I just I don't know.
You're a very open person.
Yeah, I feel like I feel weird saying that because I feel like when people are like when people are like, I'm an empath, it's not like that. It's not like that. It's not like that. But
I feel what you feel.
I feel what you feel, but like, I don't know. It's very hard for me to hate people. I feel like, and I always want to help people as much as I can.
For sure. And
if I barely know you and you want to come up and talk to me for an hour, I love to do that. I feel like I'm a pretty extroverted person to an extent.
Yeah.
There's definitely a mix in there, but yeah, I don't know. I guess that's all I really have to say. I mean, I could go into it more, I suppose, but I'm not really sure how to. That's just kind of.
How was it like when you first met me for the first time? Because I know that was an experience for you. Would you like to tell the audience how we met?
Is it bad that I can't remember?
You don't remember how we met?
Wait.
Oh, damn.
How did we meet? How did we meet?
You tell the story.
Because you're going to tell me and I'll remember, but I don't remember right now. I don't think about it when I talk to you.
No, that's fair. That's fair. I remember the first time we met because I remember how I met, like, everybody, like, kind of in your, like, I guess the women in your class. Because
I remember when I went to your apartment and I remember your girlfriend was there and she was like, "Yeah, I'm here because Chance told a bunch of girls to come to his apartment and
no. Let's hold on real quick.
What's going on, Chance?
So,
well, you did.
We wanted to have yes and no. We wanted to have auditions, right?
Yes.
For a short film, and so Logan was like, all right, let's have auditions. And I was like, okay, so where we're going to have auditions at? He's like, I don't know. We just have it at your apartment. And I was like, yeah, I guess. Yeah, we could do that. Mm-hmm. And I'm not thinking of who we are casting. It's not cognitive until the day comes.
Right.
So we're there. We're setting up. And it's before people show up. Mm-hmm. And I sat and I was like, what the fuck am I doing? I'm like, this is weird. This is weird now.
I didn't think it was weird at the time.
Do you think my girlfriend being there helped or no?
I wouldn't have minded either way, to be honest.
Okay.
I don't know. I mean, it was nice. I was like, hey girl.
Because I remember, who was it? Somebody told me, it might have been Elisa.
Elisa?
Elisa, yeah. She told me she was scared.
Was she?
Yeah. Because I didn't realize it until it got, like, I literally was like, bro, what the fuck are we doing? Like, we're auditioning women at a guy's apartment with only dudes. I literally called my...
It was only guys. That is true.
I called my girlfriend. I was like, can you please come over here? And she's like, what for? I was like, I just want you to be in the space so they see another woman and they're not fucking terrified because Logan's an idiot and didn't think about this.
Right.
I didn't think about it either, but I told him that I told him, I was like, I don't know if we should have it at my apartment because it might be a little weird for them. And he was like, no, I'd be fine. Like, they know me. And I'm like, I'm trusting of Logan because Logan talks to fucking everybody.
Yeah,
he follows. If you go to NIU, Logan follows you.
Yes.
So
the most friendly person I've ever met, actually.
Super chill dude. So I'm thinking like, oh, okay, well, Logan's going to be here and stuff. And I think at one point Logan had to like dip out. So I was really like, what the fuck? Like they're just going to meet random people and it's going to be super awkward and uncomfortable. So I was like, And also the roles that we were casting for was my friend Kit was playing like the main character and we were looking for his love interest. And he was there in the room when we were like trying to cast people. So it's like he's picking out his potential future girlfriends or like love interest in a way.
Yeah.
So that was fucking weird in itself. And we're like, oh my God, this is bizarre. This is a weird thing. And yeah, that's how we met.
Well, I mean, also at the time, I think I was more preoccupied. I was more nervous about like going and reading a script in front of people and auditioning for people. Yeah. So I think that was more on my mind. But I feel like if I had taken a step back and like looked at the facts of the situation, I would have been like, because I was having so much trouble. I came with my friend Sky, and we could not find your apartment and your place. So I was also more worried about that. So by the time I walked in, I was like, all right, we're here. Let's do it. I was like, I'm here to audition.
You know who called me out on it? Sanaya called me out on it. Yeah,
I was going to say Sanaya probably had something to say.
She called me out on it. She was like, so y'all didn't think it'd be weird to like invite a bunch of girls to audition in your like male-dominated apartment? And I was like, no, we thought about it, and that's why she's here. Like I pointed to my girlfriend on the couch.
Which that was a good idea.
I'm like,
because that's what she said to me when I walked in, and I was like, it's really terrible that I didn't even think about it like that. I was just coming here to like. I
genuinely like, and that's why like I don't know. As men, I feel like men out there, you guys got to make sure your intentions are pure. And you got to make sure that you yourself are protected and safe. That's my biggest. That's one of my biggest fears and insecurity is like making a woman or like person of the opposite sex uncomfortable, just because of me. What? Oh, sorry. Just because of me. Turn it off. Oh no, sorry. Oh, okay. Just because I'm acting like you know, or I'm scared for myself. I don't want to offend or like make anybody feel uncomfortable.
I get it.
Yeah.
And so like sometimes I'm either hyper conscious of it or I'm just unaware, and then I think about it and I'm like, oh fuck. Like if I'm walking on the street and there's a woman in front of me, I like literally I'll like turn around, pretend to tie my shoe or something, so it's not like I'll create separation between us, so she's not like terrified of me.
I get it. I mean, it's hard because you're not in that position, so it's hard to like understand. It's hard for me to even describe that because you just have to kind of be in that position. You kind of just have to be that person to really understand, you know? So I don't know. I get that though. I get that a lot.
Do you think it was welcoming though? Like the setup that we had, if you remember it?
I'm gonna be honest. It was a little intimidating because I like the door opened and right when I walked in, it was like a table, a wall of people. I didn't even think it was. I was. I was like,
sitting on the floor, though.
We're here. Were you?
Yeah, we were sitting on the floor.
I think I was just scared because when I remember in my mind, it's literally just like it looked like 10 people were there, and I was like, and they were like, yeah, you can go back there and wait, and I was like, okay, and then I went back and talked to your girlfriend.
Yeah.
But
Thank God she was there. Thank God she was there.
Yeah, that was
literally.
nice.
I just
will
wanted.
say,
I
actually.
wanted her to be there as like. I was like, you just need to like comfort the women so they don't find us weird. Like,
Yeah,
it's
comfort the women.
Yeah. No, literally, she was just there for emotional
Yeah.
support. Because if she wasn't there, I honestly feel like Sanaya would have just walked out the fucking door.
Probably Sanaya is smarter
She would've
and
been
stronger
like,
than I am,
probably.
bro.
She would have been like, "The fuck is going on? This is weird.
Right.
No, I'm leaving."
Right.
Yeah. And that's why, like, the next time we had auditions, we had it in the corner because I was like, that makes more sense.
I think that's better. I feel like an
Yeah.
apartment is very intimate.
It is
Yeah.
an intimate
Yeah.
thing. Yeah. Didn't think about that. We were foolish, young, naive people. Because
Amen.
last time, the first time we made a film, it was like, you guys want to make a film? Yeah, sure, let's do it. And we made a film in 5 days. Fucking terrible film, but we did it.
Penance.
Yeah.
No, Penance is so good, bro. Penance is on my letterbox #1.
You hear her? So would you? So let me ask you: would you mind a Penance too?
Would I mind it?
Yeah.
I would love Penance 2. I would watch the fuck out of Penance 2.
Would you want to be in Penance too?
I would be entirely honored to be in Penance 2.
Because I have a few roles that I need filled for it. No, I'm playing.
Hell yeah.
Well, like it's.
Even if I hated it, whatever opportunity I can get, I will take it.
You see?
Would you want a big role or a small role? Like
That's up to you.
okay,
Whatever you, I would be open to any and all.
for sure. Because I know I need to. There's a few people that like. What's her name? In Scream. What's her name? Oh my God, the actress.
Scream?
Jenny Ortega?
No. Scream, like the first Scream movie, the first kill. What's her name?
I don't.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know her
Oh
name,
my
though.
God, why can't I remember? Jamie Lee. Is it Jamie? No.
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 That wasn't Jamie Lee Curtis.
No, it wasn't. Who was the first? Oh, no. Drew Barrymore.
Yeah.
Drew
there you
Barrymore.
go.
Yeah. Would you want to be a Drew Barrymore and be
I
the
would
first
love
kill?
to be Drew Barrymore. I would love to do that.
I wrote him as a dude, but I'll just rewrite some of the words
fine.
and change the name of
Oh,
the
yeah.
first kill.
Oh
What?
yeah.
You want to? Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
I told him all I want to do is play a villain for the Penance too.
You would be a good villain. I feel like you could play a good villain.
Yeah.
You got
They
the
really
nice
want me
deep
to-
voice.
They really want me to fucking write and make this thing happen.
I've been
should.
trying to convince him for the past
Good.
year,
Good.
and I finally got him to like start writing a script for it.
Did you show the first Penance film at the first film festival that I went to? Is that when you showed it? Or is that a different
I think.
thing? Oh no, it was its own showing, right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
had our own showing for it.
Because that
Did you
was
come
so
to
much
that?
fun. I did, because it was so
Oh,
much
that's
fun.
crazy.
It was so hype. I was having so much fun because Logan was hyping it up so much, and he was streaming
we
it on
gotta-
Twitch too. You guys were
Right.
streaming it.
Yeah, we streamed it on
We
Twitch.
I had a lot of
we
fun.
gotta do that for our last this our last semester,
Yes,
bro. Like
yes.
we only
I
got
hate
2
that
months,
fucking-
3 months up of school.
Why do
man.
you hate? It's so fun.
No. It is fun. It is fun, and I shouldn't say I hate Penance. I love Penance. I think it is a fun bad movie. You know, it's just like from a director stamp. First of all, we had no script. Nobody wrote for that shit. I know we
Really?
have. Yeah,
Wow.
nobody wrote. All the lines was like impromptu. We had maybe a conversation before we did
Wow.
it. Is this the breakdown of Penance?
Yes,
episode?
we need a Penance talk back. We need a Penance talk back.
We bullshitted. We didn't want to sound like we were bullshitting, but nobody wrote for that. I want to say King probably did the most character work, but that's about it. He was just like, he had this vision. He wanted to, first of all, Penance was supposed to be a TV show. We were like, we're going to do a little mini series. This dude's going to go around. He's going to be, and it stemmed from Logan and King seeing the fucking Batman trailer. That's what it
Yeah.
stemmed from. If you watch
That's what it
Penance,
felt like too.
Yeah.
It felt like Batman.
if you watch Penance, oh my, it's so Batman coded. It's literally because we saw the trailer. They shot like a little teaser thingy. And we were like, oh, are we doing this? Are we actually making because we talked about making like 3 different things up until
Right.
then. I started writing for like so many other things and then had to stop writing and start writing something new and stop writing and start writing. So I'm like, are we actually doing this? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, all right, well, I'm not finna fucking write for it because I'm tired of like writing shit that we're not actually going to do.
Right.
So until we start, like that's when it has to be. And like, even in the behind the scenes, there's a part in the behind the scenes that Logan posted. Kit literally was like, well, we're going to meet up with King. today to figure out what we're going to do because we don't know what the fuck we're going to do. Do you know what we're doing? I was like, nah, I don't know what we're doing. He's like, yeah, because I don't know what the fuck we're doing.
Nice.
Nobody knew what we were doing. We were just like, we're going to make a movie. We're just going to make it happen.
Well, I feel like you guys had a lot of cool shots in there, too. I'm not going to lie.
Shout out Logan. That was really thanks to Logan.
It was fun. Like, I had a good time watching it. Yeah. I want to see another one. It was good.
If you watch it, too, because some of the shit had to be like, if you rewatch it towards the end, me and King's whole like fight that we had and the whole monologue before that was oh my God, it's so stupid. King did that monologue 3 different ways. One sitting down, one where he got up, and one just completely standing. And so like Logan was like, you need to like react to him and stuff, and I was like, okay, so like what do I do? And because he has a long ass monologue, and like we didn't really realize how long it was gonna be. So I don't know what my partner just died. How am I supposed to like? And so what did that turn into? Just me going like.
That's
so if you look back, I'm literally like, and there were some parts like because he told me to just do it, and the last thing that we had shot was King standing up. So I was like this. Like,
that's
looking out this way, and King's monologue is going on, and the one that Logan used is with King sitting down, so the eyes don't match up, and I'm just staring at a fucking wall.
Bro, that's so funny.
And yeah, all the fucking, my whole heartfelt, he changed. He really changed. We shit on it so much because it's like, all the lines were impromptu. Fucking James going like, he's dead. That was impromptu. That shit was so funny. And it's like one of those, like, you're watching, you be like, this is a bad movie, but this is, like, they clearly had fun making it. That's, yeah.
And I mean, you guys are still in school and you're students and you made it in 5 days.
5 days.
You know? Like,
that's
in
5 days.
You made
it's like a long ass time to edit for
yeah.
Logan, but we shot everything in 5 days. That shit was.
How long is it? I forgot.
Like an hour.
Yeah, like, that's
it's
insane.
30 minutes.
30
Or
minutes.
like
30 minutes.
25. And the thing is, it should be way shorter. Like, we've all talked about it. Logan was like, I didn't realize it when I was editing it. But, like, because we had a hallway follow scene of Kit that was maybe, like, it was, like, 5 minutes of just, like,
Him walking.
Us just following Kit. And it's, like, we could have cut this to, like, 20 seconds. And we wanted to do one of those, like, cool, like, follow shots. But it was too long. And we didn't think about it.
Yeah.
But now we're thinking about it. Now I'm actually writing a script for it.
Good. Good.
Shit. Should I finish it on spring break?
Yeah.
Hell yeah,
I should
you
finish
should.
the script.
So because I'm gonna be free. You gonna be free after spring break too, right?
Yeah, I am. Motherfucker, I'm actually doing this too, dude.
You really need to. I feel like that's what you need to close out your time here.
I guess.
Told you, man.
Yeah.
The people want it.
I got people in mind too. Like, King's gonna be the main character, but like, you know how like they have like sequels and like the main character from the last movie kind of takes like a secondary role or like a mentor role.
Yeah,
I should say.
mentor role. Yeah.
I really want to convince Tonio to be in it because like literally all I've been writing for is kind of like his character, and I've been trying to make it. Is this spoilers? Should I give spoilers or no? You want me to talk about it?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I mean,
You can talk about it and cut it later.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, we can cut it later.
It's gonna be good. I'm excited.
Penance.
Penance
Anyway,
too.
we're back. We're back. Okay. Sorry for the like. It's literally gonna cut from me going like this. We're back.
You should have done a transition. Yeah.
We can put a transition in.
Put your hand up to the camera and then remove it.
We're
Well,
back.
it's too late now. Okay.
Okay. How do you balance personal desires with responsibilities?
Can you define personal desires like hobbies and shit? Like,
What are some of your hobbies? Let's just go there. Fuck the question that I was asking. What are some of your hobbies?
my hobbies, I feel like, are ever changing. I get really interested in things and then I kind of leave them behind.
I heard you guys went through like a chess phase, like your whole like.
Oh yeah,
cohort.
we did go through a chess phase. I still like chess. I love doing arts and crafts stuff.
Yeah.
It sort of changes like every few months what I like doing. I like having things that I can do while I'm watching TV or while I'm watching a movie. I like to play music. I really like to play the piano, and I'm learning guitar, so that's been fun. And it's also a good outlet as well. So, okay. But balancing, you have to like make time, because I feel like your personal hobbies are almost just as important as whatever else you're doing. Because if you're just constantly like working and working and working and working, like you're going to get burnt out.
Yeah.
And that's something I've been struggling with, is making time to do things that I like to do. But now I have a little bit more time, so I'm going to try and do that. But it's really hard to find a balance. You kind of have to do a lot of, what's it called? Experimenting and working out with what feels good. Because sometimes you also have a set schedule and that doesn't end up working out. So it's also like going with what feels good in the moment and being okay with that, you know?
Yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
That's good.
I got a question.
Okay.
Hold up. Bring it up. So like whenever you like this play you when you was in Holler, like did you have like a ritual to like prepare yourself for like the play? Like what was your ritual?
Well, a big part of our training is developing a warm-up.
Yeah.
So sort of, you know, whether it be, I mean, it's kind of important to like warm up emotionally, warm up physically, warm up vocally, and kind of combine that all into a warm-up you can do. So I would do that every day. And then I made a playlist. I feel like the playlist is the most important thing. Like I would listen to my playlist every time. And then I had like I had a specific action I would do every time before I went on stage. I would chew a piece of gum before my warm-up, and right before I walked out the door, I would spit it out in the trash can, and then I would go walk out and I would go on stage. Okay. So I guess that was kind of my ritual. I did that one action every time.
Nice. Do you think, playing off of that, what is it called? It's not paranoia. What is it called?
Paranoia?
Like not paranoia.
Superstitious?
Yeah, superstitious. There we go. That's the word that I was looking for.
I wouldn't call it superstitious. I would call it anxious. Like I feel like I get really scared that if I don't have like a set schedule, or if I don't set things in stone, I'm not going to do it.
For
or
sure.
like things aren't going to go well. So I'm trying to do that. I want to be more superstitious though, because I feel like that would make me feel better. Like Kendra,
like you have to wear the same socks every day or something?
Yes, I wanted, because I feel like that would make me feel a little better. I'm not gonna lie. Like our director was talking to us, and she was like, "So what is your guys' like opening day meal? Like what do you eat before opening day?" And I was like, I've never even thought about that. But it would like be so fun to like have one thing that you do before like opening day, so that you know like once you do it, you're like, I've done this every time, and opening day has gone fine.
Yeah.
I want to be more of a superstitious person, I think is what I want to say. Yeah. Because I feel like that would provide me a little bit more comfort.
Yeah.
You know, and a little more structure, even if it doesn't really mean anything.
I was the same way. Like I was trying to. I usused to, fucking nerd. I used to play chess in high school, and I would. Yeah. No,
Damn.
and
the chess team.
No, I was. I was really fucking good too. But before every match, I'd go take a shit. And that was my, like, I had to do that.
Can I tell you?
Even if I couldn't shit, I would force myself to go shit, or else I thought I was going to lose the game.
That is so real. I don't do that, but I do go to, this is really, I don't know if you guys want to hear about this. I do need to, like, go to the bathroom before the show. Because, like, if I feel anything, I'm like, I can't do it anymore. It's all gone. Like, because you can feel it when you're, I mean, if things happen, you know, but like, I guess that is something I do that is kind of superstitious. I mean, it's also good to do, but like, I always do that before the show, and that does make me feel better. So I guess there's that.
Yeah. I think I did that with everything, though. Like, if I was ever nervous about something, I'd have to go take a shit.
Right.
And, like, I think that's honestly why I've developed...
It's a relief.
I've developed one of the worst habits of my life, and I'll stay in the bathroom for extreme amounts of time. Dude. I know you said you hate that about, like, because you were saying that, like, Prince does that a lot.
Yeah, my roommate, he, like, takes the longest shits ever.
I get it, though. I honestly really do.
Yeah.
I'm a nervous peer, bro. I have to say, during a show, if I have a period of time I'm not going on, and I have an inkling of something, I'm like, all right, I gotta go to the bathroom. Like I have to like.
No, that's real though, because like
it is. Yeah.
I'll sit there, and then it's like it's so weird that is like, it really is like a modern day's man's throne.
Yes. Well, yes.
Because I sit on my latrine and I'm like I'm so enthralled with whatever's on my fucking. I know people are like, you should never use your phone when you go to the bathroom because it's disgusting, germs and shit. But I
People
will
who say that do it anyways. Too.
Yeah, like,
who fucking doesn't do that?
I'll
just
sit.
staring at the wall, like
Right?
like,
What are you looking at the whole time? What are you
Yeah.
doing?
I will say I did. I feel like that's the only way I don't read. Like, it's really bad. If you're a writer, you're supposed to, like, read. But I fucking hate reading.
Reading's hard.
Like,
It's tough.
if the book is, like, because, like, they're so long. And there's some parts that, like, you're like, all right, this is dragging. But the only time that I, like, actually finished a book was because I put it on top of my fucking toilet. And so every time I'd go in the bathroom,
That's
I would just
smart,
read on the
though.
toilet.
But then you're in there for like 30 minutes.
Yeah,
that is really bad for you to be,
I'd
to be
read
sitting on
chapters,
there.
but that's what I mean. Like, I would sit there, my ass is all red.
You did Harry Potter.
Yeah. But like, usually I'd have it like be, so sometimes I would read like manga and stuff. So like I'd read the chapter, then I'd get up, or I'd read 2 or 3 depending on how good the last one
Right.
was. Sometimes it'll carry over and I'll like leave the bathroom with the book, but that's like never happened. It's like maybe once in a blue moon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's a,
That's your own ritual for shits.
yeah.
I feel like that's a very valid one. It's a type of release you cannot get.
Yeah.
And also, because if you don't do that, you know you're going to be thinking about it.
Yeah.
So it just gives you something less, like one less thing to be worried
Oh my
about.
God,
you
did
know?
I poop? Did I poop yet? I gotta pee.
Right. Because you're like, if it's not going to happen now, it's going to feel like I need to do it later. And then that's going to be
Yeah.
another thing I'm thinking about.
Yeah, subconsciously. And people were assholes. Like, oh my God. This is going to be my quick little chest rant.
Okay.
People were fucking, like, if you're playing against somebody, that you can both agree to stop the clock if somebody needs to use a bathroom.
Okay. And people wouldn't stop?
People wouldn't stop. I was at, like, crazy, not crazy story, 'cause it's fucking chess. I was at state, and so
State?
they would have like different rows of sections, and our team was supposed to get a bye. We were supposed to get a bye the first round. We're like, okay, cool. Like, we don't have to do anything. We get to just chill for like literally like 2 hours because that's how long the fucking things took. We're like, oh, we got plenty of downtime.
Yeah.
They came out with the fucking, I guess something got mixed up. A team dropped out or something happened. And so they're like, oh, yeah, you guys are playing what is called behind the ropes. I'm like, what the fuck does behind the ropes mean? We're playing the best fucking teams. And so I'm like, why? Like, our team, like, we weren't that good. And I'm like, all right, whatever. So we're playing these guys. I'm watching everybody around me. They're all getting shit on. And me and this dude, I think we were at, like, a really good spot in the match. And then I had to piss.
Yikes.
And I asked him, I'm like, hey, bro, I gotta use a bathroom. You cool if we stop the clock real quick? And then he's like, no.
That's insane.
I was like, what? He was like, no, I don't want to do that. He's like, you could go on. He's like, you can go on your turn. Like, we could play on your time. And I was like, yeah, bro, but like, I'll be fast. Like, you know, I'm like,
no fuck.
No. And especially knowing they're
And
the
then-
better team. And you're like,
what was crazy too? Motherfucker asked me to leave my phone. He thought I was gonna go to the bathroom and cheat.
bro.
Like, bro, I don't give a fuck. So I'm sitting there, I'm thinking about this fucking move, and I'm like, all right, I'll just fucking hold it till this thing is over. This motherfucker took infinite amount
my
of time to make a
God.
decision. And I'm like,
You should never told me you had to piss, bro. He knew.
I was like, fuck. I was like, all right, I'm just gonna go. So I just fucking went to the bathroom. I came back, like, it's hour-long matches, so it really didn't make a difference.
Okay,
but
okay.
like the move, it got to a point where I wasn't thinking about the match.
Right.
And so I just fucking pushed something and then ran to the bathroom because I couldn't hold it anymore. And I came back and I was like, that was so fucking dumb. Why
That's
did I
so
make that
bogus.
move? And then, yeah, I lost. I was sad. But I was like, fuck that guy. I was
Fuck
so
that
mad.
guy.
I was like,
Fuck
fuck that
You
guy.
better than me.
I was
bro.
like, because he could have
No,
paused,
literally.
like,
Better than
literally,
me,
it
bro.
wouldn't have changed anything. He could have paused it,
Yes.
took the time to, like, think about, like,
Because he has the time to think too. It's
Yeah,
not like you're just
exactly.
going. Like,
I'm not even thinking about it. I'm going to the fucking bathroom. I'm going to the bathroom, bro. I came back. I was so mad, bro.
no, I'd be
I was so fucking pissed. Because I looked at it and I was like, I shouldn't have made that fucking move. That was so stupid. I just had to fucking use the bathroom. That dude's a
Right.
dick. What school was that? I think it was Bloomington.
Fuck
Or-
Bloomington.
Was it Bloomington? I don't know. But fuck you guys anyway.
Every single one of you.
They're like, yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, Yeah, that was my little chest rant. Sorry about that.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
So in high school, did you do like group interpretation? Did you do GI? Did speech?
I wanted to do speech so bad. I didn't do speech. We did have a speech team, but our speech team was kind of small. And I was even more of an anxious person than I am now.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea of having to, like, the whole idea of it just sounded so scary to me. And I didn't think I was at that level where I could do that yet. And honestly, doing the plays because usually the speech team people couldn't do the plays.
Really?
Yeah, because the schedules were so, like, you were there all day. You were either there all day for speech or you were there all day for theater. Yeah, there was one guy who did both. I don't think I could have done that with my classes.
Yeah.
So I kind of had to choose.
That's so, like, I find that weird, too, because I feel like the people that do speech are the people that do the plays because those are, usually, like, one and the same. So then did you do GI or no? No? Mm-mm. Did your school have GI? Yeah. Okay, cool. They had
like the radio ones too, because there was like ones where you could do like the radio. And I'm not really sure. I never really did it, but I just heard about the options because they had all that, and I was always like, damn.
For those of you that are unfamiliar with speech and GI is group interpretation, pretty much you would do a play or story with minimal set,
right?
And you wouldn't have costumes. It would be like a uniform that everybody wears as everything.
Like a tux.
Yeah, tux or like a t-shirt. Like literally it just has to be identical and everybody's wearing the same thing. And a speech is like different, I guess, theater events. Like you could do humorous duet, HDI, which is humorous duet act or whatever the hell.
Yeah.
Duet acting,
dramatic.
OC, original comedy, dramatic. There was one where it was like just poetry or something.
Yeah.
And they had radio as well. I did impromptu speaking. Yeah.
They just give you a topic and you just kind of had to like.
So they would give you a topic and you had 5 minutes to prepare. But the people that were good at impromptu speaking cheated. I'm being so for real.
How did they cheat?
Because you hear impromptu speaking, it's like, okay, they give you the thing, and then you have to make it up on the spot, right? Okay. At least that's what I was made to believe.
Because it's impromptu.
Yeah, but the thing is, they would come in with their arguments pre-structured, or like the things that they were going to, like, their point of references beforehand.
Did they know what the prompt was going to be?
No, they didn't know what the prompt was, but they made it their arguments very loose, so that way it could fit whatever.
Oh, so they had like words and sentences prepared.
Yes and no.
Yes and no.
Yes and no. I just know, like, okay, so for impromptu speaking, you had to have like you didn't have to, but they would give you like a old saying. So if like, I'm trying to remember one of the ones that, one of the sayings that it was, but they would give you like some dumb ass saying or like proverb or something, and you had to make sense of it. Of like, this is what this means. I remember one. I structured it so it was about like perseverance and like having a drive or something. That was bullshit. Oh, okay. And so they would have like, my coach would tell us that we would have to pick a fictional character. So like a book, a movie, something like that's related to a world event and a historical figure or something like that. So people would come with quotes. People would come with like books and movies and other things, and then they'd have like a full plot structure of like what they would say and how they would gear it towards whatever the fuck the thing was going to be.
Yeah.
They didn't have to know what it was, but whatever that was, because I've seen it happen. This dude gave the exact same speech because we would go from room to room for different judges. So one judge, we would sit in this room, give like a thing or whatever, and it'd be different topics. And that's how we would get quote unquote ranked or whatever. And so I was in this dude's room back to back, and the same exact fucking thing. I was like, what the fuck? So I asked him afterwards. I was like, hey man, I was like, I like what you did there. Like, how'd you prepare? Like, I'm new to this. And he was like, oh. He's like, yeah, no, it's like, it's all in the binder. I'm like, what are you talking about? He was like, see, look. And he showed me. He was like, yeah, so if a topic is leaning this way, I have these things prepared. And it's like, I'm like, this isn't fucking impromptu.
Oh,
I'm like, I was straight up bullshitting. I started talking about Michael Jordan at one point. Like, like I'm being so for.
I feel like that's a very applicable man.
It is. But I was like, I was off the dome.
Yeah.
Just free falling. And here I'm finding out everybody got a fucking vest on.
I feel like you're
everybody got
not
a little
improving
parachute.
very much, bro. If you're just like,
they're not.
If you have things planned out.
Yeah, the motherfuckers were good. They were good, but it pissed me off because I was like, bro, this is stupid. Like, I'm like, that's not what I thought it was.
Why'd you choose that one over the the impromptu speaking?
I'm good at lying.
Well, all right.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
And thank you for being honest.
Yeah, thank you for your honesty.
Yeah, that's what I do. I felt like I was
just
good
a
at
manipulator. Like I was really good.
I feel like I was.
Look at that smile. You don't
Devious
get no fuck.
ass.
Nah, I feel like I'm good, quick thinking, like quick on my feet.
Yeah.
So like,
Sure.
and plus that was something that I wanted to get better at. Not like lying, but like just being quick of like, okay, how can I? If I'm in a job interview, for example, and somebody throws something that I never thought about, how fast can I adapt to that shit? And so, yeah, that's what I would do.
I get that.
I wrote for OC. My coach didn't like it, so I didn't get to do it.
It's hard.
Yeah, OC is fucking hard.
Comedy is difficult.
And it wasn't even that he didn't like it. He just thought it wasn't appropriate. And, like, I was like, oh. Because I had a lot of sex jokes in there that he didn't like.
Damn.
And also I was going to do humorous duet acting, but the person that was my partner, she suffered from severe anxiety.
Oh.
So she had stage fright and didn't tell me until the day of a fucking meet that she was like, I don't think I could do it. And I was like, well, we kind of have to. We signed up.
Yeah, you kind of have to. Like, you have another person depending on you, bro. Like,
yeah, I was like, so are we doing this? And, like, she literally started bawling and crying. And so I was like, yeah, we're not doing this. I'm like, I'm not going to force you to do that. And I was friends with her, too. It was kind of my fault because I was like, yeah, we should do this. And she was like, oh, okay.
Oh.
But she didn't have the heart to tell me no. Bitch got anxiety. She's scary. So it's like.
It's hard in high school, too, to, like, be able to tell until you're, like, confronted with shit. Like, oh, I actually.
Yeah.
I'm not able to do that.
Yeah.
That's something I always wish I did in high school was, like, improv and speech. Because that's the stuff that made me so anxious. I was like, I'm not even going to go there. But that's why I'm trying to do more stuff that makes me uncomfortable now. Because I'm like, I just need to get better. Like, if it makes me uncomfortable, that means I should probably be doing it so that I can get better at it, you know?
My fault.
Do you want to do, like, so if I randomly text you and was like, hey, are you free? Me and Garen are shooting a little thing. Would you want to be in it?
I would say yes.
You would say yes?
I would say yes. I mean, that's why I said yes to this also, because I'm trying to, like,
Noted.
I'm not gonna I'm not gonna lie. I am not good at words and speaking words well in a concise manner. But I was like, I just need to get more comfortable with doing things. Yeah, speaking and doing things on the spot in front of people. You know.
Yeah. I think this is good for you, especially like. You're going to be media trained at some point.
Yeah, that's something I'm really nervous. Not nervous. Well, I am nervous about it, but I need to work on. Because when we do auditions and I have to walk into the room and be like, hey, guys, how are you? How are we doing? I'm like, hey, like I'm not really good at making
small talk,
especially with people who are older than me.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Only because, no offense. I was in the room.
Well, yeah, but I'm trying to get better at it. So I'm just trying to do things that make me uncomfortable so that I can get more comfortable with being uncomfortable and being able to appear more confident.
If it makes you feel any better, not throwing one under the bus, but I'll throw one under the bus. Tonio laughed for like a good 20 seconds before he started because he looked over at Gilman.
And yeah, he told me about that.
Yeah. Like he was.
They got a special connection, bro.
He walked in. He was like, "Hey," and then he just started laughing like hard as shit. And then Gilman was like, "What's funny? What did I miss?" He's like, "Nothing. I just miss you, bro." Like
that's what he told me. He just said he missed him. I was like, "Why did you say that?" Like,
I just
you have 5 minutes.
Yeah, no, literally, he went in there and just started laughing. It was so funny, and that's why I think. Did you go after or before him?
I went before him. I think
you went before him.
Yeah.
Yeah, 'cause I think, and then, was David before you?
Yeah.
Yeah, because David, I think, too, laughed. Because after you walked out laughing, Stanton was like, am I missing something? Like, what's going on? Like, because literally there was a row of,
No,
like,
we're just
all
nervous,
you guys
bro.
just laughing, bro.
We just can't talk to you guys. Like, even when I, like, Alex is a very funny, Gilman is a very funny person, and I love talking to him.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like I'm not good at talking to him personally.
Yeah.
So whenever I am confronted with a conversation with him, I'm just like, ha, yes. It's so hard.
You are my professor, and I need to. Yeah, you're trying to be formal, but it's like weird.
Yeah.
Yeah. I get that too, because he'll definitely try and make jokes. And
He's funny. He's a funny guy.
Some of his jokes land, some of his jokes don't.
Oh,
land.
yeah, but-
Like, and so it's like we just awkwardly like we'll chuckle, and then he'll be like, okay. But like honestly, I feel like if Gilman knew the expression, hey, is this mic on? Like that'd get so many fucking laughs, because he'll say some shit and he'll be like,
Yeah, he'll be waiting.
he'll make like
so
a reference to like an old ass movie or something.
And I'll be like, yeah.
And I'm like, haha, yeah. And he'll be like, all right, moving on.
Right, he says moving on, bro. I'm
moving
like,
on.
yes, moving on. We're moving on, please. But yeah.
Yes. Any other questions that you have for our guests?
I got a buttload of questions.
Yeah, I had a bunch prepared, but we kind of like.
I can be short. I can be short and sweet.
Okay.
Rapid fire.
Rapid
Go.
fire.
Okay.
Is there a dream? Is there a dream role, or we just deleted all of it? What?
Hit undo.
Undo.
How do I do that in the notes?
At the top. No?
Mm-hmm. You used to be able to shake your phone and undo shit. You can't do that anymore.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Did you close out of it and then open it back up?
I don't know. No,
Yeah, that shit
There
gone.
should be an undo button.
There's no undo button in there.
Sad.
Well, I got some questions. Rapid fire.
Wait, no, I got it.
Okay.
Is there a dream role or director you hope to work with in the future?
A dream role, I think, would be Desdemona in Othello, because that was my first big role I ever had. And
Yeah.
I would just like to redo that experience again and see what I have learned since then.
Nice. How do you deal with failure or setbacks?
That's a big question. I just got to keep going, and try not to let it get me too much. I try to take in as much as I can constructively, but then keep going and moving on and learning, because I know that I need to keep growing, and it'll help me grow in the future. It's tough, though. It is very tough.
That's a good one.
If you weren't an actor, what do you think you'd be doing for a living?
I think I would either be teaching or something. I was gonna come here to do physical therapy.
Oh yeah, so kinesiology.
Yeah. I think that would be very interesting, but I also have a hard time with like thinking about blood vessels and tendons and things like that. So I don't know. That would be interesting to me though.
Okay.
What's something you've always wanted to do but haven't yet?
Oh my goodness. I'll just say this is a very scary idea. I would like to try improv. If there was like an improv group, I think that would make me so much better, so much more confident, and I would grow a lot. It would be very hard because I'm not, like I said, I'm not very good at thinking or responding things on the spot. Sometimes I can be, but I get really in my head very easily about those types of things sometimes. So I think that'd be a very good and a very tough experience for me, but I would love to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Will you be participating in the 72-hour film festival?
Yes, I will.
Okay, there we go.
I so much regretted not doing it last year. I need to do it this year with my friends. I would love to do it with my friends.
Why was it just a time conflict?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't remember what it was, but there was a reason I couldn't.
Yeah.
I think it was a family thing. It was either a family thing or a class thing.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
I'm not
The
sure.
first year you were here, why didn't you do it?
I was scared. I'm not gonna lie, because that's a part of the reason why I'm trying to do as much as I can now. Because my freshman year, I was like
Too nervous?
I was too nervous, and there was so much going on in my head, and so much I was trying to figure out how to balance. I was like, I can't even think about anything else. I was so scared. Not scared. I wasn't so scared. There's just a lot. Just a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No, I felt that. I think that I was the same way. My freshman year, my first semester, literally I was super introverted and I stayed away from people and I made like no fucking friends.
Same.
And it took the jamboree for me to make friends, and that's because I thought it was a requirement for our major, but it was only a requirement for your major.
That was a tough thing. Jamboree was tough.
I didn't even know about Jamboree till like what?
After?
Junior year?
Yeah.
Sophomore
I
year?
cannot believe they made us do that, bro. That was that was cruel. I'm not gonna lie.
I'm not gonna lie. I feel bad because the people that had to run it for you guys weren't fun.
Well, it would have been.
I had Hannah and Paige. That shit was awesome.
It would have been fine. We just didn't like spend much time. It was more of a team building thing, which I did appreciate at the time. But we spent more time team building than working on the show. So when it came time to like getting the show together, it was kind of like.
Yeah.
And then the person that I had to do the scene with, no hate, no shade, but also a little shade.
Who was it?
It was Elisa. She forgot all of her lines.
Oh.
So we were like up on stage and we started the scene, and then she was just like,
A blank. She just froze.
yeah. And so I
Aren't
was
they a tech person or am I tweaking?
no, Elisa was a acting major, but she left. She's not here anymore.
Okay.
But
Yeah,
Elisa.
never mind. Elisa.
Yeah.
I'm tweaking. I thought you said Alicia.
I loved Elisa. I love Elisa, but I kept trying to give her something, and she was just like, and I heard Stanton laugh in the crowd, and I was like, okay, we're done, we're gonna go. I was like, all right, bye, and then I left. Like, we left.
I remember that. Yeah, I was like,
That was the worst experience of my entire life. That was another reason I was like, I can't do anything because people probably saw that and were like, this girl should not be here. But
It wasn't your fault though.
It wasn't your fault.
it wasn't, but I was a part of
But
the
you were
situation,
part of it,
and
yeah,
no
yeah.
one knew. You couldn't know that it wasn't my fault. Like it could have very easily been either of us. So
Yeah.
I don't know, but I was no hate towards that girl. We were besties, so I don't know. But
Yeah.
it was just kind of like,
Good person.
yeah.
All right. Well, we're gonna wind down here. Thank you for coming on and being with us today.
Thank you.
Thank you for having me.
More than a pleasure. If you ever are bored on what's today, Tuesday again, and you want to come on, let us
Have
know.
me back, bro.
Yeah,
Have me
we'll
back.
love to keep having like conversations and
Yeah.
stuff. So
And if you know anybody that would be more than welcome to hopping on the show,
if
let
you
them know.
see yourself as a
Yeah.
future celebrity, let us know.
yeah.
But yeah, so at the end of all of our episodes, we like to give movie recommendations. I feel like one of these days we're gonna veer to like TV shows, but like right now we're talking about movies. So
You go first.
I'll go first.
Don't even
I recently just watched. I shouldn't say watch, but by the time this comes out, I watched because I had started it, but it was super late. It was like 2 a.m. when I started it, and I was like, I got things to do in the next morning. I got to turn it off. I started watching The Gorge or the Gorge. It was with Miles Teller and I think Anna Taylor Joy. Anya.
I think it's
Anya.
I don't know.
I apologize for butchering your name. You're a very talented woman. I hope you don't take offense to a small podcast or fucking up your name.
Right.
But yeah, the movie so far was pretty good. Miles Teller, that boy can act.
He
That
really
boy
can. He really
act.
can.
And so yeah, I'd recommend that movie. It's on Apple TV.
Okay.
If you don't have Apple TV, pirate it. Or don't pirate it. Don't do that. Don't do that at all. We do not condone pirating. Yeah, but it's really good. So
You go.
go push it off.
My favorite movie that I've seen, I really like Everything Everywhere All at Once. That
Is that your favorite movie or like just like most recent?
as of right now it is. I also recently saw Interstellar
Interstellar?
for the
that's a
first
great
time.
movie.
That was the biggest. I'm not gonna spoil it for people who haven't heard it, but like that was insane. That was an insane experience to go through. But everything everywhere all at once is the movie, right?
Yeah.
That movie just like gets to me in a way I can't even explain.
I think it did a phenomenal job of covering like all the genres.
Yeah, it did.
And it was such a beautiful body of work.
Yes. And the relationship work was so strong, and it was the plot is interesting. The plot is so good. Like I had such a good time watching it. It was really good. I really like that movie a lot.
Yeah, the movie that I just watched is called Phantom Paradise.
I've
Phantom.
never heard of that.
Yeah, it's like a movies in the 70s or something like that. Yeah, it came out in 75, and it's like it's a musical of sorts. It's about like this guy, he works on a TV show, and he wants to like be a musician or something. He writes music a lot. And he writes about German folklore in his music and stuff. So all his songs have like a little folklore behind it. And it's this like producer or whatever. He's just some like crazy guy. He just be like, he don't really give a fuck about music. He just want money and stuff like that. And then like one day he had like auditions and something like that for like a new boy band or a band, whatever. And like this girl who's like good at singing, like, but she was like naive of like the whole like industry and stuff like that. And he was trying to save her and stuff, but it didn't really work out because she was like, oh, like I just want to get famous and stuff like that. And so he like fucked up his voice and his face trying to save her. And then he got caught. It's like it's a whole like you gotta watch
That
this
sounds
experience.
interesting.
Yeah, but it's a musical though. Like it's
Interesting.
yeah,
I've never heard of that.
yeah. I seen it on TikTok. I'm like, oh, that seems interesting. Yeah.
And then went and watched the musical. Crazy.
Yeah, they
Um,
hit sometimes.
yeah.
Well,
That's all the time we have today. Sophia Dimond, everyone. Thank you. Is that your actual last name, or is that like that's a fire ass last name to have?
It's
for an
Diamond,
actor?
but there's no A in there. So it's spelled the same, but there's no A.
Diamond.
Yeah, like
Diamond.
Dimond.
All right. Anyway, thank you for being on with us today. Where can people find you? If you want to plug yourself.
On Instagram, my username is SophMDimond, SophMDimond.
It will be linked in the description.
That's
as
really
well.
all I really post on Truly.
Yeah.
I have a Twitter account, but I'm not telling you guys about that one. I don't really do much on there. But yeah, that's really where I am.
Final question for you as we close out. Do you think Men at Work should watch the entirety of One Piece and post our reactions on TikTok?
That's a lot. I think you should. I think you should just watch the entirety of One Piece. In general.
Yeah. So moving on.
Sorry.
Thank you guys for being here. Yeah. Men at Work presents Celebrity tomorrow. Thank you, and we will see you all in the next one.
Peace.